Yeah, I think that was one of the most surprising things about trying to figure out that gig. It's
like pulling teeth to get someone to book when I have a sick band that,
yeah,
maybe no one's ever heard of them, but look at the people in the band. It's crazy. So we left the city in 2022. Came out to Blairstown, New Jersey.
Dox us, Jesus. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's not a secret, really, where we live.
Totally kidding.
Not giving our longitude and latitude out to the world, but yeah, New York City was where we lived for, what was it?
Over 15 years.
16. We got there in 2006.
Yeah, 16 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were super busy playing music all the time, but the city changed quickly in COVID, and we just got out in 2022, probably a little later than we should have, but we did it then. We saved up some money and put a down payment on this house, and now we're here. And it's taken 3 years after moving to get this label together, I guess.
Yeah. And the whole moving process. Well, first off, we did look at staying in the city, even though a lot had changed there since COVID, through COVID.
Yeah, we wanted to stay in the city.
We wanted to stay.
It was just not affordable.
We also wanted to own our own house, and I was always thinking it'd be great to have some land that went with the house.
Sure.
That would be great, but yeah.
I mean, some of the places in Broad Channel had a whole acre. That would have been cool, but
yeah, it would have been awesome.
It was like
that was a
$1 million.
Place. Anyhow, yeah. So we did try to stay in the city despite so much changing, so many venues closing, so many musicians just leaving. Not just like we did, but like just leaving this, like going to another state, going to the West Coast, because there were no gigs. There was nothing.
I mean, we went to another state, but we're also a 60-minute drive.
Okay, we're in the tri-state. Yeah,
we could easily get to New York quickly. And we do. So
it feels like we're a world away, but physically we're not that far away. We're just mentally.
I mean, sometimes we drive in 3 nights in a row and just do city stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're still there, but we're not. Anyhow, back to, I guess, this house. I mean, one of the things we knew when we were searching for a house is we wanted to be able to have a recording studio.
I mean, we saw probably 30 or 40 or more houses when we were shopping, and this one had just the best layout. We've got 1, 2.5 rooms for a recording studio down in the basement here, and there's no steps. You just roll your stuff right in.
Yeah.
The room we're in right now is the bigger of the 2.5 rooms, and then the room over there is the control room with all the gear. So it's working out well. I just half-ass sound treated this room. I'm going to do a better job eventually, but for now it sounds good. And we just got through our first full band recording here.
Good enough for Jaws.
I couldn't believe how good it sounded. And I'm not trying to brag because I'm not some super pro audio engineer. I just have fun with it.
To be fair, though, you researched your ass off. You watched a lot of different perspectives on YouTube of different home studio setups.
Sure. I mean, I'm a nerd, so I do this all the time.
Yeah, you're a
nerd.
Fun.
Yeah.
You're a nerd. So I love you. Nerd.
Yeah, I was buying crap gear for 12 or more years when I was living in the city, and I was broke. But at some point I realized it was really shitty, and I think I went to a musician's friend in, what was that, north of Rockaway? I forget where that musician's friend was.
Not Howard Beach. I don't know. Yeah.
But I just sold every piece of my shitty gear, and I got a couple $100 for everything, and I just started buying good stuff after that.
Yeah, just burn all the boats, so to speak.
I was just like, this shit isn't good. Let me get rid of all of it.
So you have to get something new. You have to start replacing it.
Yeah.
You have nothing.
And I just started buying one piece at a time, and I probably spent more money than I should on each piece, but now the stuff sounds good, and it's like as clean as you get in a pro studio. Maybe the sound treatment in the rooms isn't as good, but the hardware is excellent.
Yeah, you're just very meticulous with figuring out how to do something. I think that's one of the things that sticks out about you just across the board. It's as a composer, as a musician, but as a recording engineer, audio engineer, you're like, no, we gotta do this a certain way. We gotta optimize what we have. Like, just don't settle. Like, always try to optimize it no matter what. Like, even like, don't even spend more money on it. Just figure out a way. I'm trying to think of an example, but the isolation booth for the guitar. Yeah. Talk about that. He worked on that for like hours and it came out awesome.
Hours? How about days? Yeah. I mean, we have this little crappy closet in the control room, and I just took all the extra foam that I was about to throw away, but I just glued it to the walls. Then I ran some cables through a hole in the wall, and there's 2 doors separating it from this room, and the drums were right here, and the drum mics didn't pick up that guitar at all.
Which is amazing.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And it sounds great. So, I mean, I just got super obsessive with this special kind of sticky glue for the foam and the cardboard and the double-sided tape, and it looks like shit in there, but it sounds good. So, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need an expensive solution all the time.
Yeah, I think I just get obsessive about this stuff because I doubt myself, and I'm not like a trained audio engineer. So I just sort of learned on the job. I did audio on gigs with a wedding band for over 10 years, and then I worked in 3 or 4 clubs in the city doing audio, and never studied it in a class, but figured it out as I went. And I probably just say, I don't know what I'm doing, so I have to over research this thing to make sure I at least do an okay job on it. But it turned out okay. The studio sounds pretty good here, and eventually we'll get a couple more preamps and some better mics, and it'll sound even better.
Yeah, we'll have to do a video version of the podcast. This is on video, obviously, but just specify, like, showing.
Yeah, I'll set it up and make it look nice and show people what the hell it is.
If people saw the background.
We got a puppy sleeping over there. We got laundry over there. And
Dolphy.
Wires all over the place.
Sleeping puppy named Dolphy, who we had to take out of her crate so we could record, so there was no barking. Okay, so let's shift from the where of us personally to like the bigger landscape. It's like, obviously we're still close to New York City. It's relatively easy for musicians to get here. We're right off of Route 80.
Yeah, if you're comfortable driving on Route 80 for an hour out of the city, you leave Manhattan, you're here in less than an hour if you're driving at a nice clip. And then 5 to 10 minutes off of 80, you're at our house. It's just a straight shot, one turn. Yeah,
and that's not just every house we looked at, it was 2 things. It was number 1, can we see ourselves putting a recording studio in this house? Would it make sense? Number 2, how easy is it to get to off of 80 or 70?
We don't want people driving through mountains and turns and getting lost.
Yeah.
We just want, like, all right, 80 turn, you're here.
You're here.
That's it.
Yeah. And let's talk about this area in this bigger area. I think you knew this before we moved out here, but I didn't. Across the river is Stroudsburg, and Delaware Water Gap is right here in the Poconos. And I just blanked. What's the name of the
Deerhead Inn is right there. And it's like this classic old Pennsylvania jazz club that everyone has played at some point. I mean, there's Keith Jarrett records live at the Deerhead Inn, and Dave Liebman played there a lot, and all sorts of people. So it's a scene. It's been there for a long time.
I think even when we were at William Patterson, a lot of our professors, even now, I think, plays there.
Now, probably. Some of them are retired now. But, I mean, when we were there, Bill Goodwin and few other people, Dempsey and.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's close by. I mean, there's not a lot of jazz clubs in general in New Jersey,
yeah.
which we talk about in the episode with Ryan Clackner.
Yeah, I mean, there used to be not plenty like New York, but at least a few cool places to play in New Jersey.
Yeah.
They're all gone now.
It's pretty cool, though, that one of the oldest ones around is right by us.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be that way, which is, it's cool. And I do see like a lot of smaller places around here trying jazz and like, not our kind of jazz, not your grandfather's jazz, if you will. Having like trios and stuff at like fancy restaurants. But yeah, it's just a cool side note. It's like, there's like not really a scene, but just a landmark, if you will.
Yeah, but again, I bet people are hungry for music in general, just because where are you going to see something that's not what you'd expect to hear on the radio around here? Probably nowhere. So if we pushed it in a couple places, I'm sure people would eat it up. And
yeah,
we just got to try it around here.
Yeah,
we've been more focused on just seeing in the city where we can get a little exposure. But I mean, that was interesting when we booked the Smirk album release gig in October. I think I reached out to 15 or 20 New York City clubs, and one of them wanted to book Smirk. Which I'm not, expecting anything from these clubs, but
yeah,
I was saying I'm going to bring Matt Mitchell. He couldn't make the gig, but Tyshawn and Jeremy and Travis, like this really good band out.
Just name drops right on them, and they're like, "Oh, we'll see."
Yeah, they were like, "Oh no, I don't even answer."
I don't even answer. Yeah, I think that was one of the most surprising things about trying to figure out that gig. It's
like pulling teeth to get someone to book when I have a sick band that, maybe no one's ever heard of them, but look at the people in the band. It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess I'm just, I even reached out to some musicians we knew, and I'm like, hey, this is what we did. We did A, B, and C. We reached out to them, blah, blah, blah. Is this normal? And a few of them were like, yeah, it's totally normal.
It is normal.
And I'm like, that's really shitty. I could go on a whole tangent about this.
And it was shitty when we lived in the city 12 years ago. It was hard to get a gig then. I mean,
there were tons of venues.
There were more than enough. And there still are a lot.
There still are, but I guess my point is that I was just amazed that post-COVID, A, you're lucky you're still fucking open, and B, like,
you're lucky you can get good musicians.
You're lucky you can get good musicians. Yeah. Like, we're not stuck up like at all. We're pretty humble, I think, but we're like, we got these people. It's gonna be fucking great. Like, anyhow, you know what? I don't know if I've talked about this with you. Maybe. I don't know. No, we have. It makes me want to just open up a sick venue. Maybe not in New York. Well, I don't know. Not really necessarily New York City. Maybe something more out here. But
give me a few years to settle into the record label.
Yeah, let's do the record label first. But it's just.
But rent's so cheap out here anyway. We could probably do it.
Yeah, and it'd be more of a weekend thing.
No, it would have to be nightly.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had a venue, I'd want to do the throwback thing where you get a band for a week straight, kind of like the Vanguard, but even the Vanguard doesn't do a week straight anymore. They do Mondays, the jazz orchestra, and then there's other stuff. But I would want to do like
multiple nights though. Still,
sure, they do a stretch of nights. Yeah, it's like
that's all that's important though.
Multiple sets a night.
Yeah,
multiple nights.
Yeah,
that's the idea.
Yeah, it's like saturated with
like a residency. It would even be cool to put up the band in the upstairs of the venue and say you sleep here for a week, you play here during the day.
Record an album.
Yeah,
while
sure,
you're here.
Sure. I mean, all these things are awesome.
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff that gets me like excited. I just it's very similar to why we started the label. I just feel this lack of it's like you said, pulling teeth, this lack of enthusiasm. And it's like, I know they need to make money. I get it. I know they want to make sure people are coming in, but to just be so dismissive. I don't know if it was just jazz music. Like if we were a rock band and had like a great following, like would they have reacted differently? I don't know.
I also had this thought after the fact, and maybe I'm crazy, but I have a Proton Mail address, and I wonder if half of them went to spam just because it's Proton Mail. Maybe it did. Maybe I'm bitching about venues for no reason because it's my fault.
Well, we're not mentioning, yeah, maybe.
I mean, you could guess which 20 venues I might have reached out to in New York.
There's only so many. Yeah. But I was weirdly encouraged when I got this similar feedback from other musicians that play all the time. And you would think it would be a piece of cake for them to just get a gig in New York City.
And they do, but they probably don't get paid for it very well.
Right, but I wouldn't expect those people to be like, not that they're begging, but you know what I mean? Like I would expect them to at least get a response like, hey, I just played last week at, wherever, and I'd like to, we drew X amount of people and did great.
I mean, to be fair, New Blue was fun, and we got a decent crowd out.
We played at, we were very happy. New Blue Classic.
Yeah, and the owner offered me immediately more shows there.
Right, yeah, I'm not shit talking New Blue at all.
New Blue is awesome.
They were, we even mentioned, they were great.
It was the other venues that we're complaining about, but
yeah. But yeah, in terms of where, we're out in Blairstown, New Jersey now, basically the Poconos, right by the Delaware Water Gap.
And to give you a sense, there's 3 houses visible from here. We have a little over 2 acres, and can make a lot of noise here, and nobody's going to notice.
Of noise. People think we're murdering a puppy every night right now.
Yeah, this dog's loud, but the music's loud too, and nobody cares if there's smashing drums in our house. And yeah, it works out well.
Yeah, and there's not many recording studios around here either.
There's one in Stroudsburg that seems okay, but I've never been there. And there was a really good one in Hampton, New Jersey, which is like 25 minutes south of here, but they've moved. So, yeah, there's not a lot around here, and not that I'm really advertising our studio services.
No, but
it's not like, call me up for a studio gig.
Yeah, hit me up, but we're open to it for sure. We're definitely open to it.
Maybe we'll talk about that sometime, but I'm talking about just like, where could I go around here that's convenient if I don't go to the city? Just do it here.
Well, to be fair, we did research other recording studios and found some good ones in New Jersey.
Yeah.
That we might use in the future.
Yeah, it's not like I can record a big band here, so.
Right. And then when we just did a cost analysis, here's me being the business person, like it's like what makes sense. Like
sure,
we could probably do a pretty damn good job on our own here.
For certain bands.
For the last Bear Skinner project, it was like, we can do this. We got this.
It was quite good.
Yeah. I didn't want to be like, hey, we're just, also doing a recording studio and that's all we do. No, that's not what the point of this was. Cool. So I think we covered the where.
I guess so. Yeah.
We're still in New York City. We're still there. We're playing the gigs.
Greater New York City area. Yeah.
And I think we can safely say that.
But you can throw a stone and hit Pennsylvania from here. So there's also that.
True. Yeah, we could go to the Deer Head Inn. The releases we do, we're planning on doing them in the city, as far as we know. Like
a city.
Or Philly.
I wouldn't be against doing it in Philly.
No. Not Philly is open too, but I'm saying we're not trying to like release it in Blairstown.
I mean, if we did, it'd be like 4 grandmothers show up.
Yeah. The Blairstown Diner as featured in
That would be
Friday
a fun place to play a gig.
The Blairstown Diner?
No, I take it back.
You'd have to
I've done diner
out.
gigs in New Jersey before where you're like rehearsing a big band in the back of a diner. What do they call it? Early bird special, where all the old people come in and get a discount dinner and they listen to you play.
There's no way that happens anymore. There's no fucking way. Get like some awesome burger and just listen to a big band rehearse. Like, what the
you
fuck?
make it sound glorious, but this was like a
was
rehearsal band. This was like people that never played together before sight reading big band music.
I'm romanticizing.
And these were
thing.
like mostly like band directors that just did it for fun and
in a diner.
It was
New
not
Jersey.
that, but it was just funny because you're playing in a diner,
eating disco fries while you're reading charts.
Yeah, I mean, I hope diner big bands come back, but don't hold your breath.
Man, I hope fucking diners come back. Talk about another decline. I mean, that has nothing to do with this podcast, or this record label or anything. But
well, it does because we're talking about New Jersey, and New Jersey is a diner place, and the diners are dying here. So
yeah, because they're not 24/7 mainly.
Bring back big bands, and the diners will flourish again. If you enjoyed this podcast, please visit birchgrove.io. It's the home base for our record label, Birch Grove Media. You could buy a vinyl record or a digital album and sign up for our newsletter where you'll receive notifications about future events and releases. Also visit podfuelmedia.com. I'm one of the owners of this company, and if you like how this podcast was produced, we do that for our clients: audio, video edits, syndication, consulting, and startup for a new podcast. So book a call with us and we'll get your podcast going right away. You can also go to buymeacoffee.com/birchgrovemedia and leave us a tip if you'd like. Thank you very much.